Welcome to LD Media. In a world filled with noise, stress, and endless distractions, many people are searching for something simple: peace. More than 2,500 years ago, a man known as Gautama Buddha shared timeless wisdom about the human mind, suffering, and the path to true happiness. His teachings were not meant only for monks or temples. They were meant for ordinary people facing anger, loss, fear, and uncertainty, just like we do today. In this video, we will explore some of the most powerful lessons from the Buddha teachings that have guided millions of people for centuries. These lessons are simple, yet incredibly deep. They remind us that kindness can end hatred, that our thoughts shape our lives, and that true peace begins within ourselves. So take a deep breath, relax your mind, and let's begin this journey of wisdom together with LD Media. *1. Hatred never ends with hatred. The Buddha once taught that hatred cannot end hatred. Only love and compassion can end it. In our daily lives, we often respond to anger with anger. When someone insults us, we feel the urge to fight back. But this only creates a cycle of pain. Imagine two neighbors who constantly argue about small problems. One day, instead of shouting back, one neighbor calmly apologizes and brings food to the other's family. That simple act of kindness changes everything. The anger slowly disappears. The Buddha wanted us to understand that responding with compassion is not weakness. It is strength. Kindness has the power to break cycles of conflict that anger never can. 2. The mind creates our world. The Buddha said that everything begins with the mind. If a person constantly fills their thoughts with jealousy, fear, and negativity, their life becomes heavy and dark. But if someone fills their mind with gratitude and compassion, their world becomes lighter. Consider two people who lose their jobs. One person becomes bitter and blames everyone around them. The other sees it as a chance to learn something new. Months later, the second person finds a better path in life. The external situation was the same, but their minds created different futures. This teaching reminds us that our thoughts are powerful seeds. What we plant in the mind today will grow into tomorrow's reality. Point 3. No one saves us but ourselves. The Buddha taught that liberation cannot be given by another person. Each individual must walk the path themselves. Many people wait for someone else to solve their problems, a teacher, a friend, or even luck. But real change begins when we take responsibility for our own lives. For example, a person struggling with anger may read many books about peace, but unless they practice patience and self-awareness, nothing will change. The Buddha compared this to a person pointing at the moon. The teacher can show the direction, but the student must look at the moon themselves. True transformation comes from inner effort. For your actions shape your future. The Buddha taught that if we want to understand our future, we should look at our actions today. Life often feels random, but our habits quietly shape our destiny. A student who studies diligently every day may not see results immediately, but over time, knowledge grows and opportunities appear. In contrast, someone who spends years in laziness may later wonder why success never arrived. The law of cause and effect works silently, just like planting seeds. A farmer who plants rice cannot harvest corn. The Buddha reminded us that every action, even the smallest one, is shaping the future we will eventually live in. Point 5. True victory. Is conquering yourself. One of the Buddha's most profound teachings is that conquering oneself is greater than defeating 1,000 enemies. In the modern world, people often compete to be better than others, more successful, richer, more famous. But inner battles are far more important. A person who learns to control their anger, overcome greed, and cultivate compassion achieves a victory that cannot be taken away. For instance, a man who used to react violently to criticism learns to pause, breathe, and respond calmly. That quiet change is a deeper triumph than any external achievement. The Buddha believed that mastering the mind is the highest form of strength. 6. Peace comes from within. Many people search for happiness through wealth, status, or recognition. Yet these things rarely bring lasting peace. The Buddha taught that true peace must come from within. Imagine someone who finally buys their dream house. At first, they feel happy, but after a few months, new worries appear. Bills, repairs, comparisons with others. External things constantly change. Inner peace, however, comes from acceptance, mindfulness, and gratitude when the mind becomes calm and aware. Even simple moments, drinking tea, watching the sunrise, hearing the wind become sources of deep happiness. 7. Kindness. Multiplies. The Buddha once compared kindness to a candle lighting other candles. The original flame does not diminish. A simple act of kindness can spread in ways you never see. A woman who helps a struggling coworker may inspire that coworker to help someone else in the future. That chain of kindness continues far beyond the original moment, in a world that often feels harsh. Compassion is one of the most powerful forces we can share. The Buddha believed that every good deed plants invisible seeds that eventually grow into blessings. Conclusion: the teachings of the Buddha are not merely ancient philosophy. They are practical guidance for everyday life. They remind us that peace begins in the mind. Kindness can transform conflict, and our actions today quietly shape our future. When we practice compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom, we begin to see the world differently. And slowly, we also begin to change it.